Hi there. So we're now approaching the end of July and things are really starting to motor along on the allotment. Show season's fast approaching. Everything's really growing really strongly and it's just starting to get a really busy time. The plants are looking good. Everything so far on the plot I'm really happy with. So I'll give you a quick tour around. I have started filling out the show schedules, so if you plan on showing anything, you need to start thinking about what you're going to be putting in, and get them show schedules filled in and get them sent off. I'll give you a tour around my plot and show you how everything's coming along. Right, so into the greenhouse. I've got 10 plants on the back here. They're starting to reach about the 6 foot high mark. I'm going to be really struggling. I'm tempted to take the tops out of the tomato plants there, just so that the plant stops producing leafy green growth and starts concentrating on the actual tomatoes. I have had a little bit of an issue with blossom end rot. I've only seen 3 tomatoes with it on, but the tomatoes that are on the bottom of the plant here look really healthy. The watering's being kept on top of, regular watering, no irregularities, so I'm hoping it's just the odd one that's had the blossom end rot there. It could be due to it being up there, but I don't know. Maybe it's the deficient in something, in some way, shape or form, but yeah, they're doing alright. I have removed some of the lower green growth just to encourage the plant to start to produce some healthy tomatoes there. These are just general tomatoes on the right here, and the ones on the left are Shirley and Gold Star, which are a show variety. I'm not that fussed about showing tomatoes, but if I get a couple, I'll stick them in the local shows and what have you. Onto the show tomato, the giant tomatoes, sorry. These are grown in the air pot container, and they're doing really well. The odd one is just really taking off. With the giant tomatoes, it's best to get as much green growth on as possible. So the side shoots, you need to be taking out the tip on the side shoots, and what that'll do is it'll still grow, but it'll not produce any fruit on the side shoot. So removing the tip, you get your extra leaf, more leaf, obviously, and takes in more sunlight, and produces a bigger fruit in theory. So no mega blooms on this one yet, but I've got a gigantor at the back there that's got a mega bloom on, and what mega bloom means is that it's multiple tomatoes squeezed together, and hopefully it'll produce a giant tomato. These tomatoes here, gigantor, are for a class at Harrogate show, which is sponsored by Thompson and Morgan. The prize money is quite good, so I've got 10 plants in. On a couple of the Facebook groups, I've heard of people growing hundreds of them. So the competition's rife. For obvious reasons, the prize money is really good. So we'll see what happens in September. You only need one, as I say. So one freak of a tomato will sweep the prize. So we'll see what happens. The hydroponics. I have had an issue with my solar panel lately. It's dropping out power, so the bubbler system's not on in the night time, and it's not on when it's not sunny. So I'm gonna have to have a think about the way that I'm gonna be running it. DWC system, deep water culture with a bubbler isn't the way forward on an allotment, I don't think so. The plant itself, in comparison to the other ones, look identical. Maybe it's a bit stretched, if anything. The root system on them, I'll get one out there. The roots on them look really good. The bit browning on the roots is I've got mycorrhizal hydro in there, which is clinging to the roots. So they're doing all right. First tried it, just trialing it. Seem to be doing all right so far, but need to have a rethink. I should be moving house, so I'll get a greenhouse put up in the back garden with electric in, so hopefully we'll get a decent tomato plant out. So next up is the giant cucumber plants. The giant cucumber plants are about 8 foot tall now. They're growing about between 6 and 8 inches a day. They're doing really well. I have got a cucumber on there. It looks like it's set, so I'll let one fruit go per plant. So we'll see what happens with them. Onto the chilies at the back. I've got 10 chili plants there. Some of the super hot varieties, and they're just going to be really hot. Scotch bonnets and bell peppers in there, so they're doing all right. I'll take it down to the bottom. I do spray my plants with insecticide and fungicides, but I just the Blanch leeks down the bottom of the garden, just they've been totally neglected, and they're taking a lot of time up that I've been spending on other parts of the garden, and they've just been neglected really. And what they have got is what's called rust. Try and focus there. That's rust. It's a big no-no when you're show grown. It's classed as like a serious fault, so these will be going in the bin, I think. Or, well, not in the bin, they're still edible, so they'll be going in somebody's pan. So Blanch leeks, I won't be growing them next year, so thumbs down for Blanch leeks. But maybe there's another one in the future. I'll have another go, maybe it's at some other point. I'll take you into the tunnel. We'll have a look at the onions. And other bits and bobs I've got in here. So the onions, they're absolutely huge. The onions, look at the size of that. So they're currently sitting at about 23, 24. The odd freak is about 25 inches around. So really happy with them so far. I've had a couple of no good ones, but that's why I'm growing so many of them. The one in the air pot, it's difficult to get a focus of how big it actually is. So this one here is about, I think it's 24 inches around now. So they're doing really well. The air pot ones look really good. I'm gonna have a different way of growing them next year, but I'll show you that as it's coming off. The quality onions, they are about 16 to 17 inches around. They've got a really nice shape. I just wish they were a couple of weeks more advanced than what they are now. Ideally I could have done with them about 20 inches around, but they're not, so they're still looking really good. Really nice shape to them. They might do for a local show, but nothing major with them this year. On these though, I've got thrip. I don't know if you'll be able to see that there yet. Thrip. It's just started to come on. So they're getting pulled in a couple of, well, this weekend actually. I'll do a video on how I pull them and prepare them. So they're doing all right. I've got 3 common cucumbers here. It's looking like I've got a fruit starting to set on there. I've got one there, one in there. These are a show variety, so hopefully I'll get a couple of decent ones out of these plants to show them. And they're also grown in the air pots, which is the plants are looking really healthy, so doing okay so far. I'll take you into the leeks. We'll have a quick look in the leeks. I've been busy in here putting in the colours on. Get them down and see what they're like. So this is a collar here, and what that's for is to blanch the leek. So these collars are 6 inches high, and you need them to be blanched at the bottom there. So I'll show you underneath there. For size reference, they're doing well this year. last year that they were splitting really heavily in the middle, but this is only splitting the skin because the growth of the leek is it's grown faster than this bottom leaf can take, so it's not a problem with that. But as a whole, really happy with the leeks so far this year. Size wise, the big ones, the Yorkshire Giants, are about 16 inches around. Betty Blacks currently sitting at about 13 around, and the Cumbrians at the back there are sitting at between 12 and 14 around, so 12 and 13 around. No suckers on them. They've still got no thrip damage or anything, no rust, just general housekeeping in here, really keeping on top of them. The watering at them, I've really slowed down on the watering now. The growth of them, the Giants are growing about 1.25 inches a week, so I've just slowed down on the growth. I've got enough water in the trench, but as I say, the temperature has been a big problem, but the fan has been working overtime and doing its magic, and the plants just look healthy so far, so happy with them so far. But as I say, there's 6 weeks left till the show, so anything could happen between now and then, so don't count your chickens. Gladioli, there's no spiking in them yet, which is a good sign. They're all show variety, so I should get a decent showing out of them this year, so looking forward to seeing all the flowers, get a bit colour into the garden. Onto the parsnips and carrots. I've never ever seen carrots and parsnip grow this strongly on the tops. I've had to take the tops off because it'll end up starting to twist the carrots down below. They've got to be a good 4 inches higher already than the ones I pulled last year. I thought the frame would have been high enough, but it's obviously not, so I'm gonna have to redesign the frame for next year. I'm gonna make it with a lid that I can pull off, so hopefully carrot fly cannot get above 5 foot and dip its way into there. But I've pulled a couple out that had 2 grown in the same hole, and they look like a nice shaped carrot, so fingers crossed for them. Same with the parsnip, they're just going bonkers. But we've had the weather for it, so can't really complain. Just general veg there. Sweet corn, the sweet corn's actually starting to throw up the pollen, so hopefully we should get some cobs on there shortly. So that's it. Not really much else to show you. Potato tops, mental. I did half get one bucket out already of potatoes. They're not up to size yet, so they'll stay in for another few weeks. So that's it. Thanks for watching.